Okay, cool. I want to talk about the 2 different AI avatar videos that you can that you can potentially create. Okay, just so you guys have an understanding of what bucket that you guys are in. So one example of a video that you can make is something like this. Okay, let me pull it up. This is like a full talking head video. This is an example of a video that I did in the real estate niche. Something I created like 2 minutes of it.
Well, you know,
this guy is I don't know this guy's name. My friend sent it to me. He's pretty big, like a real estate guy. I just took a screenshot of one of his videos and gave him a random voice just as a test. This isn't his actual voice. If you wanted to clone your voice, you could, but I'll just play this video for 2 minutes so that you guys can see.
When folks talk about retiring in Las Vegas, they usually bring up the endless sunshine, the no state income tax, and maybe a little blackjack on the weekends. And hey, I get it. I've lived here a long time, and there's a lot to like. But I'll be honest with you, retiring in Las Vegas is not for everyone. Well, in today's video, I'm going to go over 7 reasons why Las Vegas might not be the dream retirement spot that you've been hearing about. Now, some of these reasons might even surprise you, especially if you've only seen Las Vegas on the internet. Hi, I'm Micah Bleacher, and I've helped more people retire in Las Vegas than I can count without breaking a sweat. And that's saying something for July. So, if Vegas is on your radar, pull up a chair, pour yourself a cold one, and let's dive in. First up on the list is the weather. And yes, it's red hot, but that's just the beginning. And that brings us to talking point number 1. We're talking about the heat, the weather, and how hot does it really get in the summer? What's that going to mean for your electric bill? Are certain homes better?
Okay, playback is delayed. Okay, my bad, guys. I have no clue. My Wi-Fi is cooked, but I'll just send the video in the chat so you guys can have a look at it. But you know, what I'm basically trying to illustrate over here is number 1, type A of video that you can create is an educational video. Okay, this is an expert-led credentialed avatar delivers value. It's like, think of like AI doctor, lawyer, real estate, financial advisor. These are like 10 to 20 minute videos. And you know, trust comes from the credential, right? This is an expert teaching something. That's why you would need an avatar. There are niches, for example, many people have asked me like, hey, should I have an avatar for like a documentary niche? Really, the main thing that you have to ask yourself before you're like, hey, do I put an avatar on an existing video that works, is does the avatar build credibility? Okay, if there's no need for the avatar to build credibility, then you probably don't need an avatar. So it is usually educational topics, right? Sports expert, lawyer, engineer, financial advisor, real estate planner, a real estate agent, where there needs to be a certain level of education and information before a decision is made to trust a channel. That's when you can have an avatar. And for example, in a video like this guy is a real estate agent, and maybe the use case for this tool is like, hey, he doesn't want to record videos anymore, so he would use an avatar like this, for example. Okay, so that's one use case. Or if you want to clone like a real estate agent. So I know there's a couple of real estate guys in here, so I'll share with you some of the conversations that I've had regarding the use case for this. Number 1, if you don't want to record videos, right, you can just use this avatar, right? This is actually an avatar. Maybe it doesn't look like an avatar, but it actually is. This is one of the more convincing use cases. And in real estate niche, a lot of the buyers, from my understanding, is on the older side, right? It is, you know, 50, 60 plus people. It's either people falling into one of 3 buckets. Number 1, they want to invest in a home. Second use case is that they want to retire. They're about to retire, so they want to have a house to retire. And the third use case is they're relocating to an area. There's usually an older crowd, and therefore this kind of simpler editing does work. It's not where like, you know, fireworks flying in front of you, and you know that's editing for more of a younger crowd with lower attention spans. And editing like this is like very clean. It's very, very simple, and the voice is a little slower, right? So you want to think of older demographic as the audience. That is the kind of content which works. That's why, you know, AI doctors, AI lawyers work so well. AI financial advisors, or AI retirement plan, all those guys work so well. So that is the very, very first case. Whenever you are educating someone on a specific topic, that is the first use case. Okay. Use case number 2, that is actually something that I found out over the past week, is actually AI storytelling channels. And I think a lot of you guys are familiar with AI storytelling channels, right? And these AI storytelling channels, for those of you guys who don't know what it is basically long stories, stories that are being told that people, listen as podcasts, or they, go out to, or they're like driving in the car and they listen to a video like this, or they fall asleep, right? There's some AI storytelling content that is considered to be fall asleep type content. Why does this work on an AI storytelling level? Let me explain. So there's a lot of AI storytelling channels that have gotten demonetized. Okay, you guys would have seen stuff like that on Twitter, or maybe you guys would have seen me talk about it on previous calls. And why do those types of content get demonetized? That is because AI storytelling content is, they use like repetitive images, right? It is the same AI voiceover. They use repetitive images, meaning that they take the same 10 images and then they bang, 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 copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Or worse, it's like still image and then it's just a voiceover over it. But the difference in this specific case, right, is that once again, we are generating each frame, right? It is, you can see that for a video like this, there's cuts between like the avatar, and then we have animations of the slides, right? And then we have B-roll. You can see that we have photo B-roll, and then we have, video B-roll within this. So there is a lot of variation in terms of the content. So the content is not considered to be sloppy. You're actually generating visuals for the entire video, and then there's an avatar on top of it. And generally, these avatar channels, aren't really getting demonetized yet, right? So, so that's why AI storytelling content, actually, there is something to be said over there, right? Where you can actually generate a 1 hour long video, right? And we have the settings so that you can do it at a very, very low cost, at about, I think like 60 cents a minute. And then you would be able to, let's say, let's do some math over here, okay? Let's say you're able to create at 60 cents per minute, and you do the 60-minute video, so a 1 hour long video, that is 60 cents times 60, which is a $36 video, okay? Which is a $36 video, okay? Don't quote me on this. I don't know if it's actually 60 cents. Maybe it's like $1, okay? But let's say it's like $1 per minute, okay? Times 60 minutes, this is $60 per video, right? And then at a $60 per video, let's say we post once every 2 days, okay? $60 per video times 15, once every 2 days. So this would be $900 to run the channel, okay? And once again, like, this is like all math, right? This is literally all math. So you always want to do the math to see like, hey, what the ROI is. So let's say it's a $900 cost per video at a $60 per video, right? With a 1 hour long video, RPMs are like $20, okay? Because these are like super duper long videos. So then with 15 videos, right? Like, let's say at a $900 cost divided by $20, that is 45, right? So $900 divided by $20, that means I have to get 45,000 views per month to break even. Okay, if this math that you guys are not following, please let me know. And at 15 videos, that means that is 3,000 views per video. Okay, could you reasonably get 3,000 views per video on 15 videos at a $20 RPM? If you're like, hey, I've seen other competitors, once again, it's not like, like, oh, I think maybe I could do it, right? You see competitors and you see if they have done it. If yes, okay, they can get 3,000 views per video. Let's say they average 10,000 views per video on 15 video uploads, then yes, it makes sense to run a channel like this. Okay, so so these are really the two models, right? I haven't really talked about the models in terms of how you can monetize of this, but these are like the two different routes that you can go. One is not better than the other. That is something that you can go ahead and test. Maybe you can run one channel in educational realm, run one channel in like the storytelling realm, and then you will have two different channels this way. Does it make sense in terms of types of channels? There's a bunch of questions here. I'm going to aggregate all these questions later. Revenue per mil. So RPM is the revenue per mil, meaning it is your revenue per 1,000 views. Okay, so if my RPM is $20, That means whenever I get 1,000 views equals $20. How much you get paid per 1,000 views? Once again, it depends on the niche, right? If it's like a US audience, right? If it's a US audience and then it's like a 45 plus audience, 40 plus years old audience. And the reason we always target 45 plus year old audience is because this demographic has higher buying power. 20 plus is like all broke college kids or people who just entering the workforce. So ads, pay out less because, so you want to target a US audience or like English speaking audience, 45 plus audience. And then this will generally lead to higher RPMs. And these have like $20 RPMs because the videos are longer, right? Longer videos means they can run more ads, it means the RPM is higher. Best paying niches is finance, usually not typically, right? It's like finance is one of them, but there are many other niches. As long as the niche has a US audience and 45 plus audience, generally they would pay high. And there's many niches like that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so here, these are like the two different types of channels that you can run.